Hello students, this is a class for BA Part First and we will be talking about the character of Portia, the heroine of Merchant of Venice today. I am Dr. Anil Dadij, your teacher of English. We can say the character of Portia in the play Merchant of Venice is one upon which Shakespeare has bestowed a good deal of care and attention, thereby making her one of the finest, versatile among the characters ever drawn by Shakespeare. Henry Hudson has observed, I'm sorry, just a moment. Okay. I was talking about the opinion of Henry Hudson about Portia, that in Portia, Shakespeare seems to have aimed at a perfect scheme of amiable, intelligent, and accomplished woman, and the result is a fine specimen of beautiful nature enhanced by beautiful art. Ruskin seems highly impressed by the virtues of Portia when he says, Shakespeare has no heroes but heroines. If you see other plays of Shakespeare, other comedies of Shakespeare, you will find, like As You Like It, there is only heroine who shines in the play, Rosalind. And if you read the play Twelfth Night, it is Voila who outshines all the other characters in the play. No doubt there are some weaknesses in her character also. She is indecently critical of her suitors. She is slightly pedantic and she is self-conscious about these. But these are the lapses of human nature. It is worthwhile to note that her weaknesses seem dwarf before her virtues. Portia in the play is an extremely beautiful, rich heiress having brilliant intellect and sublime self-confidence. The salient features of her character can be illustrated under the following points. I'll talk about the different points and then I'll try to explain these points. You can make notes out of them. So, first of all, her charms come in our minds. Her personal charms. You can give the title, her personal charms. Portia is really the hub of attraction to the world, and suitors come from different corners of the world for winning her as their bride. The appraisal and beautiful remarks of Bassanio, the handsome suitor, about her personal charm are very romantic and noteworthy. See, in the very first scene, he says, Fair Portia, what demigod hath come so near creation? Having made one, methink, it should have power to steal both his and leave itself unfurnished. We go to the next point, her masculine and feminine qualities. Portia possesses masculine qualities like sharp intelligence, readiness of mind, courage, and sense of humor, while her feminine qualities are not the less worthwhile, like loyalty to her father and to her husband, and love for her husband, sweetness for the temper, tenderness of heart, and shyness and modesty in a large measure. A critic, Twofold Brooke, remarks about Portia that she is as natural as Eve in paradise. And this is really very remarkable comment. Mrs. Jameson puts her in the class of Beatrice and Rosalind in intellect. Beatrice is the heroine of Much Ado About Nothing, Shakespeare's play, and Rosalind is the heroine of As You Like It, and she is, you can say, one of the most superior in mental qualities. Yet she is free from pedantry. She does not pose at all. Besides a strong sense of humor and justice, she possesses a woman's instinct of kindness and mercy also. She represents the perfect reconciliation of justice and mercy in the trial scene. And because of this trial scene in Merchant of Venice, Portia's character outshines. That is why she appeals Shylock for mercy and charity for Antonio, despite she very well knows how to outwit Shylock without even the appeal of mercy. Her brilliant intellect. We find ample proofs of Portia's brilliant intellect when she expresses her witty nature and ironical opinions about her suitors, and also in the trial scene when she drives Shylock slowly into a corner and turns the table against him, who is so strong and stern an enemy or the villain. We don't imagine that Dr. Bellario could plead the case of Antonio so successfully as Portia did. We find Shylock completely outwitted and is at the mercy of the Duke. That is how Portia displays her sharpest intelligence, her presence of mind, her wonderful power of using quibbles of law as well as the shrewd lawyers do. Her sense of humor. We must also talk about her sense of humor when we talk about Portia's character. Plenty of instances expressing Portia's witful humor with a blending of irony and satire can easily be traceable in the play. We notice her humor in the ring episode, criticizing her suitors, and also while playing role of the lawyer when she outwits Shylock with her argumentative undercurrent of ironical humor. How she talks about her own maid attire when Bassanio says to Antonio that he is prepared to sacrifice his life for her life. Portia's humor is distinguished from that of Gratiano and Lancelot. There are two other characters in the play who are introduced as, as clowns only, but the humor of Lancelot and Gratiano are very inferior kind in comparison to Portia. Portia's humor can only be understood by intelligent people, whereas the humor of Gratiano and Lancelot can be appreciated by illiterate people only. A.W. Variety is a critic who has very aptly remarked that gifted with a fine sense of humor, she delights in a comic situation. When a jest goes far enough, jest means joke. When a jest goes far enough, she tactfully drops it. She has a very pretty wit, never speaks a single word of caustic satire. Now we come to her sense of duty and honor. Portia has a great sense of duty. She at once sends Bassanio with money, 20 times more money than Shylock owes him, to help his friend Antonio when she hears his critical news. Also, she herself quickly consults her uncle, lawyer Dr. Bellario, and then appears herself as a lawyer in the court of law to defend Antonio, sacrificing all her pleasures of newly wedded life. It shows her sense of duty and love for not only her husband but also for his near and dear ones. She also rigidly honors the will of her late father about her marriage by the lottery of the caskets. She does not utter any word of vulgarity or indecency even to the Prince of Morocco or the Prince of Aragon, whom she does not like. Her womanly qualities, she is every inch a woman in spite of all her brilliant masculine qualities such as courage, determination, intellect, and wit. Normally, a man's nature is to overpower, while a woman's nature is to yield everything, even her body and soul, to the man whom she considers in her heart of hearts as her master or husband. Following self surrendering words of Portia clearly brings out her womanliness. Even Bassanio hits the right casket. When Bassanio hits the right casket. Myself, Portia says, myself and what is mine to you and yours is now converted. This house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord. Again, she submits herself to Bassanio out of her spirit of modesty. I, she commits herself to yours to be directed as from her lord, her governor, her king. No woman of her position, who is so wealthy, who is so beautiful, would submit so much to a man. His modesty is nothing but a mark of her womanliness. We find Portia womanly when she hatches the innocent conspiracy of the ring episode. We love Portia all the more for her womanly pranks. It is worthwhile to note what Henry Hudson says about Portia. As intelligent as the strongest, she is at the same time as feminine as the weakest of her sex. Thus, we can conclude that Portia is one of the most beautiful, unique, prodigious creation by Shakespeare's prodigious art. She is a rare gift of gentle heart, brave, confidence, and uncommon honor. That is why Ruskin rightly approves Shakespeare has no heroes but heroines. And in Portia's character, it is very well proved. Thank you very much. That's all for today.